you seeing that in your organization? What is a good example of leadership buy-in to learning?
Well, I think it's critical. I think without it, there's absolutely no way to be successful fully. You could put band-aids over some things, but just if they don't believe in it, if they're not supportive, it will never get off the ground, whatever initiative you're trying to do, to be honest. I mean, a good example, I think, of where we've been successful is obviously, like you mentioned, Alec, this training center. We had our firm partnership, and I don't remember if PwC, Andy, do you guys have the same? Because like I know E&Y has one, Deloitte has one, but I don't remember if PwC
Have
does.
a centralized location. Again, now, especially with COVID, we're pushing very virtual, but we have like more virtual academies, things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But we
Um,
used to have stuff in like Orlando.
okay. Yeah. It's a hot spot. That's where our new one is in Orlando. But I mean, obviously the partnership invested in billions of dollars to build this center. And so you had to get everybody on board from every single level of the firm for that amount of money and investment to go into learning. And
Yeah.
Man,
granted,
I'd love to see
yeah.
like the numbers and stuff that help drive that decision, Lisa. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
talking to Andrew wanted to bring up, how do we get leadership to buy in? One of the things is the money. How do I show them that if you train everybody this class or this amount of hours, then you save this amount of money? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
And
that's
it's
what they care
hard.
about. It's a business.
Yeah.
They care about the bottom line. And if I could save them $10 a person or $1,000 a person or whatever,
Mhm.
it's actually I'm very passionate about onboarding. And one of the things that I have shown is there's lots of data and articles out there about it costs so much more money to hire a new person than to retain one, right? So I have strived. I used to own an onboarding program at my last company. And now here, I'm just a guy that kind of touches it a little bit. But I have really tried to touch it a lot, saying, hey, if we get people in, if we get them excited, their first 2 weeks, they suddenly become a real risk connector. You know, I work at Risk Connect. Well, then they're going to want to stay here for years. And that buy-in will stick around, and it'll end up saving you thousands of dollars from not having to reinvest in another new employee. So with the onboarding stuff, I've actually been able to make some headway with that with some of the leaders, because there are good kind of numbers and articles and, you know, data points out there that I don't have to find it right here. Like, what is the dollar value? Anyway, dollars, man, it all comes back to dollars. That's what I think. How do you get the leaders involved?
It does. The other thing I would layer onto this, though, is I think, like in your situation, Alec, but you've gotten there like upfront excitement about joining your organization and the passion for the firm. But like I liked Celine example, because it seems like that's an ongoing thing they're trying to ingrain in their culture. There is this passion for your group, for your organization. And I think going back to our other conversation about like, what's that intrinsic motivation? When you care about something, when you care about the overall success of your firm, the company that you work for, you will invest more time. So the more you can cultivate that beyond just the onboarding, I think you'll see like longer term results and keeping people's motivation, keeping people's attention.